Fire me.
I regret to inform you that your position at this company is no longer available.
I'm fired.
Yes, you're fired.
What's up, guys? Your boy Benny. We're looking for people to thank for this, the most historic landslide election result in modern American history, where President Trump, against all odds, in the greatest comeback story ever, won all 7 swing states, won the popular vote by 5 million votes, and won 312 electoral college votes, again in a sweeping landslide against Kamala Harris. Ladies and gentlemen, as we look through the names of people to thank for this glorious result, we can't help ourselves but thank George Clooney. George Clooney, the man who promised you that President Trump would never be president.
Not going to be a President Donald Trump. That's not going to happen.
Yes. Sorry about that one, George. Now there's 2-time President Donald Trump. But you see, let's go back in time, just a few months ago, where George Clooney was throwing fundraisers for a lobotomized, corpse-like Joe Biden in Hollywood. You know, the women always know. Look at the way that Julia Roberts is holding Joe Biden's arm here, right? It's always the tell right there. Women know. They just have that sensibility about them. Joe Biden, of course, wasn't with it at this fundraiser. They were trying to push him out. And who was the guy who actually orchestrated all of it? It was Barack Obama, backstabbing his own vice president in a Machiavellian move, using George Clooney to write this op-ed, which was kind of the nail in the coffin for Joe Biden. This in the New York Times. George Clooney, just days after taking this photo, writes this: "I love Joe Biden, but we need a new nominee." With friends like these, who needs friends, right? Yeah. You want a real friend in DC, get a dog. Look at this. This is a battle that he cannot fight because it's a battle against time. None of us can. It's devastating to say it, but the Joe Biden that I was with 3 weeks ago at a fundraiser was not the big effing deal Joe Biden of 2010. He wasn't even the Joe Biden of 2020. He was the same man we all witnessed at the debate. A mouth-breathing man, clearly incapable of independent thought, or completing a sentence. So, ladies and gentlemen, George Clooney backstabbed publicly Joe Biden and then brought us Kamala Harris. George Clooney then fundraised for Kamala Harris, of course, at the orders of his bestie, Barack Obama. What a sick monster this dude is. Donald Trump has destroyed the Obama legacy, thank God, but they had a little extra damage to do. Look at this photo. So sad. It's like a hostage photo, truly. Kamala Harris, then, they replaced Joe Biden with a drunk, right? Well, someone who's clearly less capable than Joe Biden. This is how great the plan was.
We debate it out. Have good, vigorous debates. Have a good fight over policy.
Kamala Harris.
Good for democracy.
So this is what they replaced Joe Biden with, right? This is what they found. Kamala Harris, by the way, drinking her feelings away, and the only post since losing to Donald Trump with a giant glass of wine. They couldn't even look at the size. Look at the size of that pour. Yeah, Kamala Harris in sweatpants with her hair in a greasy top knot with a giant glass of wine. Kind of exactly how I thought it'd be going. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Kamala Harris, as he slugs glasses of wine, sitting there wondering what the hell happened. And so is George Clooney. We just want to say thanks, George, for this election result. You really brought us here. Well, now George Clooney is saying, I'm effing done. It's incredible. George Clooney is saying, I'm finished. George Clooney is back, taking a step back from politics after being made a scapegoat for Kamala Harris's loss. George Clooney feels like he's being used as a scapegoat, a furious blame game over who could have cost Kamala Harris the election, and now is taking a step back from politics. The Hollywood star, 63, threw his support behind Kamala Harris after penning a blistering op-ed on why Joe Biden would cost Democrats the win if they didn't abandon his campaign. But it still wasn't enough to prevent a historic Donald Trump victory. Internal numbers showed that Donald Trump would have won 400 electoral votes had Joe Biden stayed in the race. So, again, this was probably just to save face. Clooney has since been criticized by Democrats for his influence during the election, some claiming Harris's loss was his fault. The Oscar winner is disheartened by the backlash, with insiders claiming that he did not immediately endorse Harris because he felt the Democrats should have taken a step back and weighed their options. George felt that the backlash he is getting for Kamala losing is not warranted, source told the Daily Mail. He thinks it's completely unfair to try and make him the scapegoat for her loss. It's amazing how celebrities are blaming each other now for all this. He has backed the Democrat Party and invested so much time and money into them. He's going to take a step back for now. He feels disheartened. When he wrote his op-ed, George did not say Biden is not fit to be president. Choose Kamala. Democrats jumped in with Kamala. George believes that they should have maybe had like a, I don't know, open primary or something. That would have been really entertaining. I would have been for that. But boy, do I ever like this result. Thank you, George. Trump secured his comeback victory to the White House. George Clooney, of course, being part of it. Why are people like him involved in politics in the first place? By the way, all of your movies suck. Here's George Clooney's Rotten Tomatoes. You can see here over the last 20 years, a lot more rotten than there were fresh. All these movies, you've never even heard of any of these movies. George Clooney's career is completely washed up. His most recent film, Wolves, dreadful, laugh-free slog fest tests limits of what George Clooney's star power can salvage. Yeah. Let's go ahead and check that on Rotten Tomatoes. Wolves. Oh, okay. It looks like they paid for enough to make it for 67 versus 51, 51% audience score. That's still a disaster for George Clooney. What a mess. Clooney is a clown. Everybody destroying George Clooney now. Clooney, his $200 million film, of course, lost a ton of money. Clooney now is, well, not so tough. Remember, George Clooney went on late night TV to talk smack to Donald Trump and say that Donald Trump needs to leave politics forever. The same guy that said Donald Trump will never be president.
Yeah. Trump is a big fan of yours. I don't know if you've seen this, but he posted in July. So now fake movie actor George Clooney.
Yeah.
He doesn't know that movies are fake, does he?
I don't think so.
Who never
Hannibal
came
Lecter
close
is
to making a great movie is getting into the act. He's turned on Crooked Joe like the rats they both are. What does Clooney know about anything, says the host of Celebrity Apprentice. Clooney should get out of politics and go back to television. Movies never really work for him.
You know, I will if he does.
All the lobotomized seals clapping. You know, it's funny because Donald Trump actually got the last laugh here. When Joe Biden dropped out, Donald Trump used a George Clooney meme template to troll him.
So although I wish I were here with better news, the fact is that you and I are sitting here today because this will be your last week of employment. This is not an assessment of your productivity. You gotta try not to take this personally.
Well, I just had a bad night.
Donald Trump said in radio interviews that George Clooney is a backstabber and a disloyal third-rate actor. Fact check, true. George Clooney, F politics, I'm out. Kamala Harris broke everything. Has anyone seen George Clooney? The best man to bring it all home, Tim Dillon, with a George Clooney rant on his channel. Tim Dillon's just has a great channel. Everyone should go follow it. Crashing on Hollywood celebrities for Kamala, saying they're all frauds and they are totally disconnected from the American people. We could not agree more. Tim Dillon, take it away.
Taylor Swift is the biggest celebrity endorsement any politician can get. It didn't work. No one cared. Didn't matter. No one gave a shit. No one gave a shit about Oprah. Nobody cared about George Clooney. Nobody cared about any of these people. Nobody cared about any of these people because people are sick of it. People are sick of it. They know George Clooney doesn't get them. How stupid would you have to be to think that George Clooney had your best interest at heart when you're waiting to get discounted food from the church? Is that comforting when you're on a line to get discounted food from the church? Who Taylor Swift, a trillionaire, thinks you should vote for? Do you think, and all these people are like, well, the women are going to come out because of abortion. Apparently not. Apparently, a more salient issue is food. Who can afford food? That's apparently a more salient issue than abortion. But they're imagining that these women with children and a husband who are waiting in line at a food bank are getting a text from Taylor Swift, and these women go, God, I want to feed my kids, but what I really want to do right now is have an abortion. I just want to have an abortion. I'm hungry. Mommy, we're hungry. Shut up. I want to have an abortion. I've been in traffic for half hour. Mommy, we're hungry. Why are the interest rates so high? I imagine they're very smart, the kids. Why are the rates so high? Shut up. Your mother just got a text from Taylor Swift, and Taylor made a good point. And now I'm going down to the clinic. I want an abortion. That's all I care about is abortion. I want an abortion! Mommy! We just want waffles. Waffles are $40, but an abortion is free.